one of our main focus areas. Since 2015, we have restored more than 11.5 million hectares. We are on track to achieve the national commitment of land degradation neutrality under the Bonn Challenge. We firmly believe in fulfilling all our commitments made under UNFCCC. We have also raised our ambitions during COP26 at Glasgow. Friends, I firmly believe, and I'm sure you would agree, that environmental sustainability can only be achieved through climate justice. Energy requirements of the people of India are expected to nearly double in the next 20 years. Denying this energy would be denying life itself to millions. Successful climate action also needs adequate financing. For these, developed countries need to fulfill their commitments on finance and technology transfer. Friends, sustainability requires coordinated action for the global commons. Our efforts have recognized this interdependence. Through the International Solar Alliance, our aim is one sun, one world, one grid. We must work towards ensuring availability of clean energy from a worldwide grid everywhere at all times. This is the whole of the world approach that India's values stand for. Friends, the Coalition for Disaster Resilient Infrastructure, CDRI, aims to build strong infrastructure in areas prone to frequent natural disasters. On the sidelines of COP26, we also launched an initiative called Infrastructure for Resilient Island States. The island developing states are the most vulnerable and hence need urgent protection. Friends, to these two initiatives, we now add LIFE, L-I-F-E, Lifestyle for Environment. Life is about making lifestyle choice to improve our planet. Life will be a coalition of like-minded people across the world who will promote sustainable lifestyle. I call them 3 Ps, pro-planet people. This global movement of pro-planet people, 3 Ps, is the coalition for life. These 3 global coalitions will form the trinity of our environment efforts for improving the global commons. Friends, our traditions and culture are the source of my inspiration. In 2021, I spoke about how the health of people and the planet are interlinked. Indians have always lived in harmony with nature. Our culture, rituals, daily practices, and numerous harvest festivals demonstrate our strong bonds with nature. Reduce, reuse, recycle, recover, redesign, and remanufacture have been part of India's cultural ethos. India will continue to act for climate resilient policies and practices as we have always done. With these words and with that solemn promise, I extend my best wishes to TERI and to all the participants from around the world at this summit. Thank you very much.
माननीय प्रधानमंत्री श्री नरेंद्र मोदी दी एनर्जी एंड रिसोर्सेज इंस्टीट्यूट की वर्ल्ड सस्टेनेबल डेवलपमेंट समिट को संबोधित कर रहे थे और प्रधानमंत्री जी ने कहा कि पिछले 8 वर्षों में उनकी सरकार ने पर्यावरण पर जोर दिया है और प्रधानमंत्री जी ने कहा कि उज्ज्वला योजना, पीएम कुसुम योजना से पर्यावरण का संरक्षण हुआ है और भारत प्रतिबद्ध है। टेरी से ग्रीन हाइड्रोजन पर काम करने के लिए भी प्रधानमंत्री जी ने जोर दिया। प्रधानमंत्री जी ने कहा कि यूएनएफसीसी के तहत किए गए सभी संकल्पों पर भारत प्रतिबद्ध है। एंड वन लास्ट थिंग अपूर्व दैट आई वांटेड टू ऐड वाज जो प्रधानमंत्री जी ने कहा कि लाइफ दैट इज लाइफस्टाइल फॉर एनवायरनमेंट को अपनाने की ज़रूरत है और इससे हम जो है ग्लोबल कॉमन्स को एड्रेस कर पाएंगे।
Indeed, Kaushik, Honorable Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi also saying that equitable energy access to the poor has been a cornerstone of India's environmental policies. Prime Minister expressing happiness that 2 more wetlands from India getting recognition as Ramsar sites recently. I can inform my dear listeners that India now has 49 Ramsar sites spread across more than 1 million hectares. Prime Minister also mentioning that through the Ujjwala Yojana, more than 90 million households have been provided access to clean cooking fuel. Prime Minister saying that environment and sustainable development have been key focus areas for the government across his tenures. Prime Minister also adding that environmental sustainability can be achieved through climate justice and the developed nations have to play their part through finance and technology transfer. With that, we come to the end of this special broadcast, coordinated by Pankajpati Pathak, who was assisted by Puneet Bharadwaj, along with my co-commentator Kaushik Roy. This is Bhuvan Apurva Jha signing off. News updates continue on the other side. Stay tuned. This broadcast came to you from the Delhi station of All India Radio.
बनाने की कोशिश कर रहा हूं इंटरनेशनल
मिले सुर मेरा तुम्हारा तो सुर बने हमारा सुर की नदियाँ हर दिशा से बह के सागर में मिले बादलों का रूप लेकर बरसे हल्के हल्के मिले सुर मेरा तुम्हारा तो सुर बने हमारा मिले सुर मेरा तुम्हारा
वट बनिए सान तरस
तेरा सुर मिले मेरे सुर दे नाल मिलके बने एक नवा सुर ताल मिले सुर मेरा तुम्हारा तो सुर बने हमारा
मुंहिंजो सुर तुंहिंजे सां प्यारा मिले जॾहिं गीत असांजो मधुर तरानो बणे तॾहिं
सुर का दरिया बह के सागर में मिले
बदला रूप लखे
बरसन होले होले
This is All India Radio. The news read by Gaura Dhawan Lal. With the new Omicron variant of coronavirus causing concern, we appeal to our listeners to be vigilant and to get fully vaccinated and help others, including children between 15 and 18 years, also get vaccinated. Please continue to follow these 3 simple steps to stay safe. Wear a face mask, maintain 2 gaz ki duri for social distancing, and focus on hand and face hygiene. For any COVID-related information and guidance, contact the national helpline numbers 011 239 78046 and 1075. And now, the news. Prime Minister Narendra Modi has delivered today the inaugural address at the Energy and Resources Institute TERIS World Sustainable Development Summit today via a video message. The summit is TERI's annual flagship event, and the theme for this year is Towards a Resilient Planet, Ensuring a Sustainable and Equitable Future.
We have heard people call our planet fragile, but it is not the planet that is fragile. It is us. We are fragile. Our commitments to the planet, to nature, have also been fragile.
The 3-day summit starting today was attended by the President of the Dominican Republic, Luis Abinader, the President of Guyana, Dr. Irfan Ali, Deputy Secretary General of the United Nations, Amina J. Mohammed, heads of various intergovernmental organizations, and ministers and envoys from more than a dozen countries and delegates from over 120 countries. Electoral campaign has been intensified further for the 3rd phase of assembly elections in Uttar Pradesh. Single-phase polls in Punjab and 2 phases of polling in Manipur. Star campaigners and prominent leaders of various political parties are engaged in public rallies as the final picture of the electoral battle is expected to emerge this evening for the 6th phase in Uttar Pradesh, along with the 2nd and last phase of polling in Manipur. Door-to-door canvassing and virtual appeals to voters also continue. The poll campaign is also picked up in Manipur, with party leaders trying to reach out and woo voters in different parts of the state. The 3rd phase of polling in Uttar Pradesh will be conducted on the 20th of February in 59 assembly constituencies from 16 districts. In addition, single-phase polling in Punjab will be held simultaneously. All 117 assembly constituencies in the state will go to polls together in this phase. The electoral contests in the 3rd phase of assembly elections in the state are mostly multi-cornered fixtures. There are 627 candidates in the fray for 59 seats included in this phase. During single-phase polling in Punjab, a total of 1,304 candidates are in the fray for 117 seats after the withdrawal of candidature. Prime Minister Narendra Modi today addressed an election rally at Pathankot in Punjab. Mr. Modi started his address by paying reverence and respect to Sant Ravidas Ji, Bhagwan Valmiki Ji and Sant Kabir Ji. He said 2 special trains have been introduced for devotees from Punjab who visit Kashi, the land of Sant Ravidas Ji. The Prime Minister also apprised people of the facilities provided for devotees at Kashi and about the Langar Hall recently inaugurated at Guru Ravidas Temple. Reciting a hymn of Sant Ravidas, Aisa chahu raj mein, mile saban ko ann, chot bado sab sam se, Ravidas rahe prasann. The Prime Minister said that the BJP government is moving ahead as per the wishes of Sant Ravidas Ji with the spirit of Sabka Saath, Sabka Vikas. He said the BJP-led NDA government is providing free food for all during the COVID-19 pandemic. He said even in Punjab, lakhs of people are being provided free ration from the past 2 years. The Prime Minister appealed that people give a chance to the BJP and its alliance partners to form the government, because wherever the BJP comes, people never let the government go, and the government also continues to serve the people. Raising the issue of national security, Mr. Modi said, when Pathankot was attacked and Pulwama happened, the Congress was raising questions and doubts on the valor and courage of our Jawans. He said, even on the anniversary of the Pulwama attack, the Congress did not stop raising questions. The BJP today alleged that the ABG Shipyard Bank fraud case took place during the UPA rule, and it is another feather in the saga of corruption in the previous Congress government. Briefing the media in New Delhi, party spokesperson Sudhanshu Trivedi said the loan of the company was declared an NPA in November 2013 and was restructured during the last period of the UPA rule in March 2014. He said the owner of the company had close links with the former advisor of Congress President Sonia Gandhi. Mr. Trivedi said the audit report in this case came in 2016 and the NDA government took action and declared the loan as fraud. He said by attacking the Narendra Modi government, the Congress has exposed itself in this case. This is All India Radio giving you the news. For quick news updates round the clock, follow us on Twitter @AIR News Alerts.
उपभोक्ताओं तक पहुंचने का सुलभ और सस्ता माध्यम है आकाशवाणी।
आकाशवाणी के विभिन्न केंद्रों से कीजिए अपने उत्पादों और सेवाओं का प्रचार विज्ञापनों के माध्यम से।
लोकल और राष्ट्रीय स्तर पर कीजिए अपने बिजनेस का विस्तार, क्योंकि आकाशवाणी में विज्ञापन बुकिंग हुई बहुत ही आसान।
अब घर, दफ्तर या दुकान पर बैठे बैठे आप कर सकते हैं विज्ञापनों की बुकिंग।
डायल कीजिए 8700014242।
नंबर एक बार फिर नोट करें, 8700014242।
The Union Health Ministry has asked all states and union territories to review and amend additional COVID-19 restrictions after considering the trend of new cases. Union Health Secretary Rajesh Bhushan has written a letter to Chief Secretary and Chief Administrators of all states and union territories in this regard. He said the COVID-19 pandemic in the country is showing a sustained declining trend since the 21st of last month. The average daily cases during the last week were 50,476 and in the last 24 hours, 27,409 new cases have been reported. Mr. Bhushan said in earlier months, in view of the high COVID case trajectory, certain states had imposed additional restrictions at their borders and at airports. He said, while effectively managing the public health challenge of COVID-19, it is equally important that movement of people and economic activities should not be hampered by additional restrictions. India's COVID vaccination coverage has exceeded 173 crore 86 lakh. More than 41 lakh 54,000 doses were administered in the last 24 hours. A total of 82,988 patients have recovered in the last 24 hours, taking the tally of recovered patients to over 4 crore 18 lakh. India's recovery rate stands at 97.94%. The Niti Aayog, in association with PhonePe, will launch the FinTech Open Hackathon. The hackathon will provide an opportunity for innovators and digital creators and developers from all over India to think, ideate and code. It aims to showcase path-breaking solutions for the fintech ecosystem. The last date to register for the event is the 23rd of February and the deadline to submit final entries is on the 25th of February this year. The winners of the hackathon will be announced on the 28th of this month. The Enforcement Directorate has arrested K. Ramakrishna, the president of Sri Guru Raghavendra Sehkar Bank, in connection with the misappropriation of public deposits to the tune of more than 1,000 crore rupees. During the investigation under the Prevention of Money Laundering Act, it is revealed that officers and employees of the bank siphoned off the money deposited by the public with the bank. Music composer and singer Bappi Lahiri passed away at a Mumbai hospital this morning. He was 69. President Ramnath Kovind, Vice President M. Venkaiah Naidu, Prime Minister Narendra Modi and Information and Broadcasting Minister Anurag Thakur have paid condolences at the demise of Bappi Lahiri. President Ramnath Kovind in a tweet said Bappi Lahiri was a matchless singer-composer. His songs found popularity not only in India but abroad also. His diverse range included youthful as well as soulful melodies. The Sensex and the Nifty today witnessed modest losses, pairing early gains even as cues from global equity markets were positive. Amid high volatility, the Sensex closed below the 58,000 mark, while Nifty ended at around 17,300 level. And that is the end of this news bulletin.
इयम् आकाशवाणी सम्प्रति वार्ताः श्रूयन्ताम्। प्रवाचकः दिव्यानंद झा। प्रथमं मुख्यवार्ताः। संत रविदासस्य जयन्ती अद्य सोल्लासं सश्रद्धं च आमान्यते। अवसरेऽस्मिन् प्रधानमन्त्री नरेन्द्र मोदी संत रविदासस्य जयन्तीम् उपलक्ष्य दिल्ल्याः करोलबागस्य गुरु रविदास विश्रामधाम मन्दिरं गतवान्। जलजीवन मिशन इत्यभियानस्य अन्तर्गतम् अधुनावधि देशे 9 कोटिमितेषु ग्रामीणगृहेषु नलिका जलसुविधा उपलम्भिता। एषा हि ऐतिहासिकी उपलब्धिः अस्ति। भारतेन राष्ट्रव्यापी कोविड रोधी सूच्यौषध प्रदानाभियानान्तर्गतं प्रायः 74,100 कोट्यधिकानि कोरोना रोधी सूच्यौषधानि जनेभ्यः प्रदत्तानि। स्वस्थतामितिः समभिवर्ध्य 97.94% संवृत्ता। प्रख्यातः संगीतकारः गायकः बप्पी लाहिड़ी अद्य प्रातः दिवंगतः। रूस यूक्रेनयोः मध्ये आततिपूर्णस्थितौ अपचितिम् अभिलक्ष्य अद्य विश्वे आपणेषु अपरिष्कृत तैलमूल्यानि किञ्चित् स्थिराणि जातानि। अपि च भारत वेस्ट इण्डीजयोर्मध्ये अन्ताराष्ट्रियायाः 20-20 क्षेपचक्रीयायाः क्रिकेट् श्रृङ्खलायाः प्रथमं द्वन्द्वम् अद्य कोलकातायाः ईडन् गार्डन् क्रीडाङ्गणे आयोज्यते। प्रियाः श्रोतारः, कोरोना महामारीं विरुध्य देशः एकता भावनया युध्यते। भवन्तः प्रार्थ्यन्ते यत् कोविड सूच्यौषधम् अवश्यमेव स्वीकुर्वन्तु, अनवधानतां च नैव आचरन्तु। सहैव सुरक्षायाः उपायत्रयस्य सङ्कल्पं स्वीकुर्वन्तु। मुखनासिकावरकं धारयन्तु, सामाजिकदूरतां पालयन्तु, पाणिपादं च यथासमयं प्रक्षालयन्तु। औषधम् अपि अवधानता अपि। इदानीं वार्ताः विशदीकृत्य। संत रविदासस्य जयन्ती अद्य सोल्लासं सश्रद्धं च आमान्यते। 14 शताब्दीकः संत रविदासः उत्तरभारतस्य भक्त्यान्दोलनस्य संस्थापकः आसीत्। वाराणस्यां संत श्री गुरोः रविदासस्य जन्मस्थानमन्दिरे लक्षशः जनाः तस्य जयन्त्यवसरे एकत्रिताः जाताः। प्रधानमन्त्री नरेन्द्र मोदी अद्य संत रविदासस्य जयन्तीम् उपलक्ष्य दिल्ल्याः करोलबागस्य श्री गुरु रविदास विश्रामधाम मन्दिरं गतवान्। अवसरेऽस्मिन् तेन शब्दकीर्तने भागः गृहीतः। राष्ट्रपतिः रामनाथ कोविन्दः गुरोः रविदासस्य जयन्त्याः पूर्वसन्ध्यायां देशवासिभ्यः शुभकामनाः अयच्छत्। राष्ट्रपति श्री कोविन्दः स्वीय सन्देशे उक्तवान् यत् संत रविदासः एकः महान् गुरुः, कविः, समाजोन्नायकः च आसीत्। गुरु रविदासः जनेषु परस्परं प्रेम्णः, समानतायाः च भावनां प्रसारयितुं सन्देशं दत्तवान्। राष्ट्रपतिः उक्तवान् यत् गुरुः सर्वदा जनसामान्यान् कठोरपरिश्रमाय, सहनशीलतायै च प्रोत्साहितवान्। जलजीवन मिशन इत्यभियानस्य अन्तर्गतम् अधुनावधि देशे 9 कोटिमितेषु ग्रामीणगृहेषु नलिका जलसुविधा उपलम्भिता। एषा हि ऐतिहासिकी उपलब्धिः अस्ति। कोविड महामारी काले जनसञ्चरणरोधस्थितौ अपि 79 कोटिमिताः ग्रामीणपरिवाराः जलजीवन मिशन कारणात् स्वच्छं नलिकाजलं प्राप्तवन्तः। सम्प्रति गोवा, हरियाणा, तेलंगाना, अंडमान निकोबार द्वीपसमूह, पुडुचेरी, दादर नगर हवेली, दमन दीवानां ग्रामेषु प्रत्येकस्मिन् गृहे नलिकया पेयजलापूर्तिः भवति। भारतेन राष्ट्रव्यापी कोविड रोधी सूच्यौषध प्रदानाभियानान्तर्गतम् अधुना यावत् 86,73,100 कोट्यधिकानि कोरोना रोधी सूच्यौषधानि जनेभ्यः प्रदत्तानि। विगते अहोरात्रे 54,640,000 एतानि सूच्यौषधानि जनेभ्यः दत्तानि। सममेव अस्मिन्नेवावधौ 88,900 रोगिणः अस्मात् रोगात् विमुक्ताः। स्वस्थतामितिः 97.94% संवृत्ता। अधुना सक्रिय प्रकरणानां संख्या 70,000,300,000 अस्ति। संस्कृतवार्तायाः संस्करणमिदम् इदानीम् आकाशवाणीतः प्रसार्यते। सममेव कार्यक्रमोऽयम् आकाशवाण्याः अन्तर्जालपटले www.newsonair.com इत्यत्र अथ न्यूज़ ऑन एआईआर चलदूरभाषीय तन्त्रांशे अपि उपलब्धो भविष्यति। उत्तरप्रदेश विधानसभा निर्वाचनस्य तृतीय चरणाय अपि च पञ्जाबस्य एकस्मिन्नेव चरणे समायोजयिष्यमाणाय निर्वाचनाय राजनैतिकोष्णत्वं प्रचण्डायते। विभिन्नदलानां मुख्यप्रचारकाः प्रमुखनेतारश्चापि मतदातॄन् स्वपक्षे आक्रष्टुं संलग्नाः सन्ति। उत्तरप्रदेशे तृतीयचरणस्य निर्वाचनाय मतदानम् अस्मिन् मासे 20 दिनाङ्के भविष्यति। अस्मिन् चरणे हाथरस, कांशीरामनगर, कासगंज, एटा, मैनपुरी, फिरोजाबाद, फर्रुखाबाद, कन्नौज, इटावा, औरैया, कानपुर देहात, कानपुर नगर, जालौन, हमीरपुर, महोबा, झांसी, ललितपुरेत्येतेषां 16 जनपदानां 59 विधानसभा क्षेत्रेषु मतदानानि भविष्यन्ति। अस्मिन् चरणे 50 आसनानि अनुसूचितजातिभ्यः सुरक्षितानि सन्ति। अस्मिन् चरणाय स्पर्धाङ्गणे 27,600 प्रत्याशिनः सन्ति। चतुर्थचरणस्य मतदानम् अस्मिन् मासे 23 दिनाङ्के भविष्यति। अस्मिन् चरणे 16 आसनानि अनुसूचितजातिभ्यः सुरक्षितानि सन्ति। अपि च 9 जनपदानां 59 विधानसभा क्षेत्रेषु मतदानानि भविष्यन्ति। पञ्चमचरणस्य मतदानं 12 जनपदानां 61 विधानसभा क्षेत्रेषु अस्मिन् मासे 27 दिनाङ्के भविष्यति। अस्मिन् 9 आसनानि अनुसूचितजातिभ्यः सुरक्षितानि सन्ति। तत्रैव षष्ठचरणस्य मतदानम् अग्रिममासे 10 जनपदानां 57 विधानसभा क्षेत्रेषु तृतीये दिनाङ्के भविष्यति, यस्मिन् 11 आसनानि अनुसूचितजातिभ्यः सुरक्षितानि भविष्यन्ति। उत्तरप्रदेशे सप्तमचरणस्य कृते मतदानम् अग्रिममासे 9 जनपदानां 54 विधानसभा क्षेत्रेषु सप्तमे दिनाङ्के भविष्यति, यस्मिन् 2 आसने अनुसूचितजनजातिभ्याम् अपि च 11 आसनानि अनुसूचितजातिभ्यः सुरक्षितानि सन्ति। पञ्जाबस्य 17,100 सदस्यीय विधानसभायै एकस्मिन्नेव चरणे मतदानम् अस्मिन् मासे 20 दिनाङ्के भविष्यति। मणिपुरे विधानसभा निर्वाचनस्य प्रथमचरणाय 6 जनपदानां 38 आसनेषु मतदानम् अस्मिन् मासे 28 दिनाङ्के भविष्यति। अस्मिन् चरणे 38 आसनेभ्यः 15 महिलाः समेत्य 73,100 प्रत्याशिनः स्पर्धाङ्गणे सन्ति। प्रख्यातः सङ्गीतकारः गायकः बप्पी लाहिड़ी अद्य प्रातः दिवङ्गतः। 69 वर्षीयः लाहिड़ी मुम्बय्याः एकस्मिन् चिकित्सालये प्रवेशितः आसीत्। राष्ट्रपतिना रामनाथ कोविन्देन, उपराष्ट्रपतिना मुप्पवरपु वेंकैया नायडुना, प्रधानमन्त्रिणा नरेन्द्र मोदिना, सूचना प्रसारण मन्त्रिणा अनुराग ठाकुरेण च लाहिड़ी वर्यस्य निधनम् उपलक्ष्य शोकः प्रकाशितोऽस्ति। रूस यूक्रेनयोः मध्ये आततिपूर्णस्थितौ अपचितिम् अभिलक्ष्य अद्य विश्वे आपणेषु अपरिष्कृततैलमूल्यानि किञ्चित् स्थिराणि जातानि। ध्यानास्पदम् अस्ति यत् यूक्रेन सीमातः